No.
So during the time you was with Bird and you got kicked out and then you went back home, at some point he wanted to get you under contract because I guess he's thinking, okay, I think I can do something with Yah-L.
Yeah.
You remember what year that was when he said, hey, let's sign this contract, and when you decided that you didn't want to do that?
That was I believe that was 16, 17.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it was just, the contract was horrible. You know, and then it was just, what made me really not want to deal with it was just the arrogance of the guy he was dealing with. No, because he already had Jaybird running around for him like a do-boy. Like, hey, go do this, go do that, go do that. You know what I'm saying? He already had him doing all that. And, you know, when he presented the contract to me, it was like, yeah, you know, sign it, you know, this is, you know, this is what we can do. We can do this, we can do that. Man, sign that, right? So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not thirsty. Even though I'm going through it, I'm struggling. I'm not just gonna sign my name on something. You feel me? I take the contract and go get it looked over. Straight like that. I'm like, I'm gonna go get this looked over. They ask me like, I take it to a lawyer. They say, are you desperate for money right now? I'm like, shit, I'm hurting, but, you know, I just want to know what's in this contract. She told me just like this. She told the woman that I was dealing with at the time also, like, if you sign this contract, you're fucked. Tell them to renegotiate some things on a few pages, and you guys can, you know, maybe you can work it out. I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'll do that. I take the contract. I take it back to him. I say, hey, man, look. They said the contract's kind of fucked up. Let's revitalize some things, and we can be cool. Jaybird, oh, yeah, okay, for sure. And then I just felt like it was so fake. You know what I'm saying? It was like, he was so fast to agree to it, but then when he agreed to it, he hit me with and then you can get a partnership contract. We'll get you a partnership to the label within ourselves label, and you could be, matter of fact, let's get that partnership contract so we can see that I'm serious. Like, you come up with half of the money for the lawyer so we can get the contract and we can get it. I immediately hop on the phone. My cousin playing in the lead at this time. I hear him, I say, hey man, look, I need a favor from you, bro. I said, there's a situation that could be good for me. Dealing with, now at this point, I'm only dealing with Jaybird and his brother at the time. Nobody else. It was Jaybird and his brother. So I'm telling the homie, like, hey, I'm telling my cousin, like, hey man, look, if you send me this bread, I'm gonna get this contract done. We gonna get it done. My cousin say, I got you. Call that nigga right now and tell him you got the money. I'll call him back. Hey, I got the money, man. Let's get the contract together. Ooh. I ain't hear nothing from them niggas, man. Them niggas told me, like, we'll get anybody to sign this contract. We'll get anybody to sign it. Like, being real arrogant with, I'm like, nigga, what? Like, I don't take no disrespect. What you saying? Nigga, fuck you up. That's in my mind. I'm like, I'm feeling disrespected, so I'm ready to squabble up. I'm ready, like, I'm tripping. They're like, no, man, you can't be tripping. You can't be. I said, why not? Nigga, you telling me I can't go get the paperwork viewed and checked out thoroughly? So you basically telling me I'm supposed to just, because I was going through a tough time, I'm supposed to just say, you know what? I'm going to sign my name on this dotted line because I was going through a tough time and, you know, your peoples gave me shelter for a couple of weeks. I'm supposed to just say, fuck all the business, F everything else, and just sign my name on something because you throw me a couple of dollars. That's bad business, man. That's just bad business.
So it went from saying, oh yeah, we'll redo the contract to we ain't changing anything.
Man, fuck, we ain't changing anything. Niggas just basically cut it off. Like, I ain't heard nothing else from him. I'm hitting him up like, hey bro, like, I got the bread. Mind you, they telling me Sony's still on the line. Sony waited 3 months to hear back from us. But because they didn't want to restructure the contract, that's what it was. But you know what? I look at it like now, I'm like, well, I'm glad they didn't.
So this is around 2016 or 2017?
2016, 17, yes.
And this is at the same time they start working with Roddy Ricch.
A little right after that. Like, a little right after that. Like, so after I didn't do the contract and everything, that was like beginning of 17. Roddy pops up. He's calling my cousin like, yeah, I got an artist. He calling my cousin, telling my cousin I got an artist. He dope, woo, woo. And I'm like, damn, like, okay, that's what's up. For sure, maybe that'll work for you. And it did. But my thing was, the approach to me was different. You know what I'm saying? It was the approach and the way you delivered it to me was way different. And the ending was way different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, oh, okay, okay, cool. You know, my cousin calling me, telling me, I'm like, okay, bro, that's what's up. But we over here trying to build, you know what I'm saying? And I look up, one of my homies was like, yeah, man, he had got the kid to sign a contract or whatever. So I'm like, damn, he signed that shit?
Well, that's assuming that they gave him the same contract.
I'm assuming, yeah. I thought, no, it wasn't the same.
Because Roddy was younger than you. Maybe he's a little more naive. In let's say 2017.
Yeah, he's about what, 18?
He's not even, he's about 18, 17, 18. Yeah. So do you know if he got his contract looked at by an attorney before, or he just signed it because it's the homies?
Well, being that he was a runaway and, you know, he ran to shelter, ain't no telling what that, you know, that situation was. Like I said, I wasn't dealing with them anymore. I was just getting information from my homies telling me what it was, and they would tell me what it is, and I'm seeing it like, okay, this is what it is, this is what it ain't, X, Y, Z, I, ABC, what's going on. So,
well, he was already 18 by that time, so he could sign his own contract at that time. If this was 2017, maybe,
mm-hmm.
So he would have been like 17.
Because you want something crazy. I remember going to like a function. It was in Long Beach. And it was a gang of people invited, and it was like some kind of a release or something, or a contract signing or whatever. And I was like, damn, signing a contract. Okay, that's what it was. He signed whatever contract they came up with. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, it started to go. You know. Yeah.
So. Right after you kind of fall out with Bird over the contract,
mm-hmm.
Here comes Roddy, and then it seems like probably in like less than a year, this guy is blowing up. Would you say that about? Because he had already put out some music, some videos. By the time you get to 2018, he already has videos on YouTube that are doing views.
Mm-hmm.
What was the basis of his success so quickly?
I believe the guy that offered me the contract that was associated with Bird at the time, he had the plugs. He had the plugs in the industry. He had the plugs. He had all the contacts.
He wasn't from PArc Village?
No.
Okay.
From the sources that I was told, he had the plugs and the sources. Bird did not have the plugs or the sources. The guy ends up going to jail, leaving the phone and the information with Bird. With Bird. He utilizes that. He utilizes the contacts. He utilizes the opportunity to say, oh shit, I was put in the shadows. Dude had me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Now I got the juice. Let me go ahead and try to utilize this. Now he ain't asking for no favors. He getting straight to it. You know what I'm saying? And there's no telling who, you know, he hit somebody up or hit a few people up, sent the music off. I can recall a time where even Roddy himself was in limbo, you know, of dealing with them and dealing with other individuals, you know. I know other individuals was paying for his videos and he was like, oh, snap, you know, like shit like that. And I'm just like, man, you know, that's how it is when you're confused and you trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You confused, you a kid, you don't know. And then you seeing money, you seeing niggas with money. Think about it, bro. You 17, 18, you ain't got no bag. And you seeing niggas pulling out $100,000 and you like, ooh, they'll pay for my videos? Oh, and that's what was going on. It was like, you had a group saying this, Bird doing that, you know, you know what I'm saying? And so by him getting the opportunity to use those plugs and those contacts, he took advantage of that, you know? And you have this now, you know? You have this, so.
Yeah, so one of the, I don't know if this was the first video, but the Hood Rich video by Roddy Rich, which you're in it. You can see you standing in there in the back. What was going on with you and Bird at that time? I guess it was you were completely done with him at that time, but you were still around.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm from my community. So like when my little homies say, "Oh, it's a function going on," or "It's a party," pull up. So you'll see me in the video. I got a bottle in my hand. I wasn't drinking heavy, but I had a shot or two maybe, you know, and it was the homies there. You get what I'm saying? It was all the homies. Nobody had informed me it was a video shoot. You get what I'm saying? We hang out with Compton Crib. So I'm thinking, shit, it's just another birthday party. The homies finna turn up. Mind you, they're shooting a video there. They're shooting a video. You know, but you know how like you always have that one person with a video camera who's always walking around videotaping stuff. Like, you know, it's a dude like that from my community who does that. His name is Floss. He's always had a camera, taking pictures, recording. Like, hey man, hey rap, you know, rap. Take a picture, you know. Oh, y'all get together, or he just going around recording everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like it's just one of these regular nights. I'm not knowing what's going on because I'm not part of a situation. I just see a bunch of the homies there, you know, little homies there. Everybody is just hanging out, and then they playing this music, and then they go upstairs and they shooting. I'm just like, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. So I find out years later, like a dude say, no, it was a party. It was a birthday party for a chick. It was a chick, but it wasn't her birthday party. It was just like we got an Airbnb. Everybody show up, hang out. There's gonna be some females. We all hanging out. Come through. It was supposed to be one of those type of things.
Now, did you know Roddy Rich at that time?
I did not know him. I just heard of him. Like, I seen him. He'll see me. Oh, what's up, bro? Like, shit like that. I didn't meet him until one day I ended up going to Jay Bird's house for my cousin. Because my cousin, he was having like some kind of birthday thing, right? And I went over there. I ended up meeting Roddy Rich.
After that video? Or before the video?
After that video.
Okay.
I met him so I meet him, bam. And he like, oh, what's up, bro? I heard a lot about you, and shook my hand. He was very humble, very, very respectful. He was like, oh, bro, I heard a lot about you. They told me a lot about you. I'm like, yeah. What's up, though? Like, you know, respect. Yeah, you know, nice meeting you, nice meeting you, too. So, after that, I will meet him again. I probably met Roddy a few times after that, you know. And it was all off of a basis of, I'm going to say to a degree of them trying to throw things up in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what you missed out on. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I'm not tripping. I'm not salty either. I'm popping up. I'm coming to the community. I'm hanging out. You know, y'all doing whatever y'all doing. And at this time, he hadn't been officially put on or anything. He's just doing music. Like when he did that song, that Hood Rich video song, you know, the youngsters was politicking on him like, hey man, you can't be saying songs, you can't be saying things like Yah, your song, and you ain't no Yah member. You feel me? Like, you can't be doing that.
Was in the Hood Rich video, was there any of that said in the video? Was there some of that Yah stuff going on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The song is called Hood Rich, and it's some from the bottom, some Yah, and you know, niggas heard it, was like, hey, is he from over there? And niggas was like, nah, he just hang out with J Bird family, and you know.
Okay, so let's get the timeline right, because that video dropped on January of 2018.
Wow.
How far before did they shoot that video? Did they shoot it and upload it quickly, or did some time pass?
I don't.
Do you remember if it was December that they shot it and they dropped it in January, December of 2017? But it's on. It got posted in January of 2018.
So again, Alex, I can only recall the time frame of it being like summertime, because I can remember the day. You know, it'd be hood days. You know, and I remember our hood day had passed, and I had got into it with Bird that day also. Like we had exchanged words that day. You know, because he came at me with some like, my cousin was with him before my cousin had got locked up, and we were all standing on a basketball court, and he had the nerve to say the most goofiest shit I've ever heard in my life. He was like, bro, you should have signed that contract. I was trying to buy my mama house. And I was like, wait, what? Not help us come up together and as a team. It was, I was trying to buy my mama house, bro. My cousin was like, man, don't hit him. He grabbed me like, man, watch out. I'm like, man, no, did you hear this goofy ass nigga? Do you hear this? I'm like, bro, this nigga had the nerve to say some goofy ass shit like that. But he was saying it because now he's confident that it's about to go off.
Now this is when this video was shot, Hood Rich video. All this is going on.
This after all of that stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, nigga, who you think like? But I'm like, I feel like if I would have fought him because of that, I would have been labeled the hater. Like, oh, you hating, woo, 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 woo. You know, people paint narratives of what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the one giving out the deals and, you know, giving the money and everything. So if I speak up, it's like, oh, this dude is a hater. Oh, you always got that one hater. No, bro, it has nothing to do with hatred. When you come from a community, when you call yourself a village and y'all one, you thinking everybody's on the same mentals, like in the same mental space. That's not true. People are really selfish and they have other vendettas. And that was going on. It was being portrayed like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look out for you, but you gonna do this. It wasn't just I'm gonna do it from my heart and this is where it's coming from. No, it was like it was what attachments. Niggas is giving counting favors. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if we a quote unquote team and you saying like we gonna work together, you wouldn't come at me and say no stuff like that. So that's when I knew for me. I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't sign it, you know, because now I see where your true intentions were coming. You were coming from.